Hello and welcome to another episode of Low Tech Health. Let ourselves translate expert knowledge. Tonight is Meatless, Eatless Mental Mushroom Monday, and I'll tell you, I had a weird steak. In the picture you can see on the blog and on the upload for the audio, the flies have died eating the wet grease of the steak. Made me feel a little sick, like it killed the flies. What is it doing to me inside? Made me wish I'd gone meatless today. Definitely ate less. This filet mignon feels like it was microwaved. Yeah. This week, we'll be discussing risk. In the hospital industry, risk is something that's always taken into account. There are risks that are taken in order to prevent a far worse danger, such as taking a blood thinner to prevent you from having blood clots. However, you may bleed more from wounds. It's a chance we're willing to take in order to prevent you from losing a limb. This isn't the case in COVID patients. I had my first post-COVID survivor patient, been in the hospital for 60 days, in his mid-50s. He's trached. He's not eating much, has a tube in his nose to feed him. They're trying to see how much he can tolerate. He may have eaten 800 calories the day I had him, considering the day and night. Not enough. You need about 2,000 really just to maintain, and that's really losing weight. This guy's big. He really needs like 2,200 to 2,500 calories. He needs to regain some emaciated weight. But the biggest thing that's freaking him and his wife out is having blood, from the blood thinning. From his penis. He's bleeding from his penis. For those of you who think this is a hoax, have you considered bleeding out of your penis? Even if you survive, bleeding out of your penis for weeks. You already got a hose in there. And the craziest thing is urology said that that's the team that manages and put this Foley in. It's about 30% bigger than normal Foleys, which it's a tube in your penis, guys. He's bleeding out of it into the tube to collect urine, which is urine and blood. It can go a long way, make it look really bad, but his amount of blood was like turning the urine to jello. There's a separate bag that you measure, like a hard bag called a urometer, before you dump the urometer into the bigger container, the connector bedside bag, and it has to get through a small hole, which if it's liquid it's real easy, but this was like jello and you had to shake it. I had to shake it in. It was clotting up. I couldn't get it to come out of the emptying spigot at the very bottom. It's something they said he didn't need. He could have peed those clots out. But the risk of him losing his leg is very real. Even though he's now tested COVID negative, he is still at risk of losing limbs. But he's bleeding out of his penis. I think if the dudes on downtown going to bars knew that, they'd wear a mask. Because this isn't just the flu. You get this if you have severe symptoms. If you survive, you could be bleeding out of your dick for a long time. You said it didn't feel like much like exactly pain, discomfort, but it felt itchy. Is the risk worth it? Going downtown, trying to get laid? What if you gave it to a girl that you were talking to and she gave it to her dad? If you killed her dad accidentally. Shit's not worth the risk. In this episode of Meatless, Eatless, Mental Mushroom Monday, we need to translate the risk to people better. Because not only is this virus going to get spread if you just don't wear a mask and you congregate and go to fucking parties, take obscene risks, but it's going to mutate. It's going to get stronger. And it's like a little nuclear bomb shotgun. Like this dude's body is like Swiss cheese. Like a shotgun was blown through his vascular tissue. Wear a mask. Or be prepared to bleed out of your penis for a while. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.